Rod Laver is the best Australian tennis player ever. In the Open era, he won 5 Grand Slam titles, 2 Tennis Champions Classic titles, and 18 ATP Masters titles. Bjorn Borg is a Swedish ATP legend. He is considered one of the best tennis players in history. He ended his career at just 25 years old, having won 11 Grand Slam titles, 3 Tour Finals titles, and 11 ATP Masters titles. Jimmyu Connors is an American tennis player who dominated the ATP Tour in the 1970s and 1980s. He won 109 ATP titles in his career, including 8 Grand Slam titles, 3 Tour Finals titles, and 20 ATP Masters titles. JohnMcEnroe is another great American tennis player admired by tennis fans around the world. In his career, he won 7 Grand Slam titles, 8 Tour Finals titles, and 17 ATP Masters titles. Ivan Lendl is an outstanding tennis player who was born in Czechoslovakia. In his career, he won 8 Grand Slam titles, 7 Tour Finals titles, and 18 ATP Masters titles. Boris Becker is a German tennis player who shocked the world by winning a Grand Slam title at just 17 years old. In his entire career, he has won 6 Grand Slam titles, 5 Tour Finals titles, and 12 ATP Masters titles. Sampras is an outstanding American tennis player who was famous for his serve and volley tactics. During his career, he won 14 Grand Slam titles, 7 Tour Finals titles, and 11 ATP Masters titles. Andre Agassi is another American tennis player who has had spectacular success on the ATP Tour. So far, he is the only tennis player to have won at least one of the so-called tennis big titles. In his career, he has won 8 Grand Slam titles, 1 ATP Finals title, 17 ATP Masters titles, and a gold medal at the Olympics. The era of the Big Three has finally arrived. Roger Federer is a Swiss tennis player whose spectacular style of play has won him a lot of fans. Federer has won 103 ATP titles, which ranks him second in the history of men's tennis. In his career, he has won 20 Grand Slam titles, 6 ATP Finals titles, and 28 ATP Masters titles. Rafael Nadal is a Spanish tennis player who was unbeatable on the clay courts. His record of 14 French Open titles will probably never be broken. Nadal has won 92 ATP titles, and these include 22 Grand Slam titles, 36 ATP Masters titles, and a gold medal at the Olympics. Novak Djokovic is a Serbian tennis player who has broken almost all tennis records and is considered by many to be the greatest of all time. He has won as many as 24 Grand Slam titles, including 10 Australian Open titles, and was the ATP rankings leader for more than 400 weeks. Djokovic has won 96 ATP titles so far, including 24 Grand Slam titles, 6 ATP Finals titles, and 39 ATP Masters titles. Novak Djokovic, despite being 36 years old, is in great shape all the time, and his records are sure to be improved. Who is the greatest tennis player of all time?